now, so I wasn't able to record at the beginning because I forgot, but I'll record right now. Thank you for letting me know. What was I talking about? I was all over the place. So the price is dropping to A, retraces to B, and it goes back to C, and and then you see the D. That's what I tell you. You just look for the D. And then after this presentation, I'm going to actually show you how to draw these up. So be patient. Can you talk about how the patterns work together with the Ichimoku cloud? Yes. You said be patient. Yes, you do have to. Yeah, thank you. You're right. You do have to be patient with these because it takes time, and then you just have to learn it. All right. So yeah, I can talk about the patterns, how they work together with Ichimoku cloud. Yeah, give me 1 second after I finish this, and then I'll go into about the cloud and whatever questions you want to ask me. All right. All right. So this is the bat. I call it the most famous of all. If you ever seen the bat, I would encourage you to go to it. No problem. All right, so I love the bat. I'm gonna tell you this right now. I love the bat. It gives me good profit, and it never fails. It does. It does this little bit of retracement, so on and so forth. But I love it. I love it. So most of these words, I put on this chart for y'all, is pretty much repeating the same thing. And I do this every Saturday, but if you want to jump on every Saturday, then I'm cool with it. But there's a rise via XA, all right? Can't see the X right here, but you know where it's at. So let's just say your support is right here, all right? And then you rise all the way to A. Retrace to B. Pulls back to B, retraces to C, and then pulls back to D. All right. CD is a 61.8 to 2.618 extension of AB. Well, really 1.618. But those are just numbers. But when you start realizing these numbers, they'll make sense. When you get into Fibonacci, if you want to learn about that. I encourage you to learn about that, but I'm not going to go too much over that. Yes, so you do buy at the bottom of D. Yes, so if D is at the bottom, you buy. And if D is at the top, you sell. All right, and I'm going to go over that. All right. So slide 9. Like that crab right there. So in a bullish pattern, point B. So every pattern has specific numbers. Almost every pattern. But if you notice 61.8 and 38.2, that is a famous number for almost any Fibonacci retracement zone. Any Fibonacci retracement zone, because that's where it's going to pull back to. So yeah, most of these have their own numbers, but most of them kind of relate to each other, That's why I say don't worry too much about the numbers. Just look at the W and then look at the M, and you'll know. Because even when you don't look at the D, all right? Let's say you don't look at the D, and you look at the M and the W. So if you draw up a W, on a sheet of paper, and then you finish it, and then let's say that you draw another line. You just going zigzag. A W, you just zigzagging down. All right, and then the M, you draw the M, and then if you want to draw another line, it just goes back up. And you just, zigzags, W's, M's, it all connects. It all connects. It's like Connect 4. Or pretty much Connect 5 because you got X, A, B, C, D. So. Did that answer your question? Cool. Okay. So the crab. I like the crab. I don't use it much, but the crab is more like a long position. And when I mean long position, you get in this, this buy right here, and then it rides all the way up. Usually, but that's not always the case. Sometimes it retraces. But most of the time, I've seen it where it hits B, and then it continues, and then sometimes it pulls back. But most of the time, you don't fail with it. It goes up to B. And that's what I like. I do like a crab. Sometimes I like crabs over bats, but my favorite is a bat because it's just, I don't know, it's just a bat. I can't really explain too much on it. All right. All right, that's it on the presentation. So I had a question about how the Ichimoku cloud ties in with the patterns. Okay, let me explain a little bit on that. So does everybody know about the Kumo twist? When the cloud actually shifts, it's convergence. It shifts into a buy or it shifts into a sell. It lets you know on the, whatever your settings may be, 6, 13, 26, 13 candles into the future. Does everybody pretty much know about how okay. No, please explain. Okay, I can explain it. So for those that do not know, when the Kumo twist does its thing, I like the Kumo twist sometimes. Sometimes I don't like the Kumo twist because it doesn't always play out in my favor. So what the Kumo twist does is, let me see if I can share my screen and show y'all what the Kumo twist is. All right, I'm showing y'all this, but I really wanted to do a blank screen and show y'all how to, do these patterns, but I'll go back and, so on and so forth. But let me add this strategy. Ichimoku cloud, all right? So what I mean by the Ichimoku cloud, what did I call it? The Ichimoku twist, the Kumo twist. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. All right. So the Kumo twist. I don't know if you can see it, but let me know if y'all can see it right here. This twist right up in here. Let me know if you can see that. Everybody should be able to see my screen, I'm sure. So what this twist is when the market is getting ready to go. What is your cursor? Where's your cursor? Can you see it now? Okay, all right. Yeah, my cursor is doing its own thing. Pray that it'll fix itself. So when you look at the Kumo twist, that is when the market is ready to get or ready to shift. It's ready to shift movement. All right, pretty much just shift movement. It's ready to go into a buy. It's ready to correct itself. It's ready to go into a sell. All right. So with this twist right here, you notice that it was in a downtrend, right? And then I can draw a support line right here. Sure, I draw a support line. That's not a support line. I don't know what it is. Okay, all right. So support line, it did its Kumo twist. The cloud has shifted. Was in the sell, now it shifted. And you can see it's green, it's going into a buy. And that's what I mean by the Kumo twist. The pattern itself said it all. Now, with the market, let's say that D right here. This is what I drew up for y'all, right? X, A. But first, before I get to it, what does this look like to y'all? A bat, crab, Gartley. What does it look like to y'all? Not quite a bat. Not quite a bat. So with that, it's called Trading View. Not a butterfly. Think again. It's called Not a garlic. What's the last one? No, what's the last one?
Crab.
A crab. That's a crab. The seafood crab. Yeah, it's the crab. Oh, now y'all saying crab. Earlier y'all was saying something else. But I'm gonna accept the answers. I'm gonna accept the answers. So yeah, it's a crab. So somebody was asking me how do I get the chart. You just go to tradingview.com, and then I have the pro version. You have to pay. You don't have to pay for the free version. I mean for the upgraded version, but with the pro version, you don't get ads, and you can have more than one chart. So, and I paid for the free version, the paid version just for y'all. Just let y'all know that. All right. Yes, it looks like a bat though. That's why I say look for the M's and W's, because what kind of bat has these kind of wings? One long wing and then one short wing. No bat. At least not a bat I've seen before. Right? So if I go back to the presentation, I'll show y'all, all right? If I can go back to this presentation, where is that? All right, look at that. So with this being long, BCD being long, and we were going into a sale, right? So let's say that X was all the way up here. And I extended this photo. X was all the way up here, and D was all the way up here. So with B, C, and D being long, that is considered a crab. All right? A crab. So let's go back to the chart. You're NZD? Okay, all right. So new share. All right, gotcha. Thank you. Looks like, yeah. All right, cool. Gotcha. No problem. So I am going to drop some, some patterns for y'all. And this is a pattern I encourage you to actually, I'm not going to tell you to get in, because if I tell you to get in, you're going to come back at me and you're going to say, well, Willie James White told me to get in this, and then I lost all my money, and then I'm coming for him. No, you're not going to do me like that. I'm telling you that right now. No. I'm going to say what I'm selling, and I'm going to say what I'm buying, because you're not going to get me with that. No, the devil is a lie. We ain't doing that, all right? But what I see for next week, this is what I see for next week. I see Euro NZD as a pretty strong sell, possibly going to the B, possibly going right here, possibly going to this support right here. That's possibly where it could go. All right. And when I draw these, see, if you were, see, I'm going to delete it. All right. I'm going to delete it. So if I would have did this, you would have never knew it was a bat. You would have never knew it was a garlic, and you would never knew it was a crab. Because it doesn't look like an M and W. It doesn't look like it, but it does look like a V. So I encourage you to look at V's. I encourage you to look at M's. And I encourage you to look at W's. So what you do, I want you to go back to the alphabet, right? And then I want you to learn it again. All right? Let's look at something else. All right, I drew something else a little bit. All right, right here. As you can see, I would say this is a little bit resistance right about here, because you draw most of the time at your resistance and then also at your support. All right, this kind of looks like a what? Kind of like an M, kind of like a W, am I right? Something like that. As long as it's something. So let's draw it up. So usually we hope for C to be a little bit above A when drawing these up, but that's sometimes not the case. Sometimes it's a whole lot higher, sometimes it's not. But you see how I kind of drew that up at that very resistance right here. See, D at the resistance, X at the resistance, and then A at the support, you know, and then C at support. Let me know if y'all kind of get what I'm talking about. If you know, if I need to go into further explaining, or you know, if I need to do something in order to better help you, let me know. Questions, anything. I'm here for 30 something more minutes, or 40, or however it is for y'all to learn this. Explain further, please. Okay, all right, I'll explain, no problem. So let me draw it all the way. I'm going to extend the market out, all right? I'm just going to just do regular structure, all right? Don't pay anything to the left right here because I already have something else, all right? Give me a second because my screen is loading. One moment. Everything wants to, my screen sharing is paused. Give me 1 second. While I pull it up, I pause the screen. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I see it when you draw. I just have to learn to draw. Yes, you pretty much, yeah, you just have, it just takes time, you know. It just takes time. You know, time comes with, you know, it just takes practice, you know, dedication, I would say. All right, give me a second, guys. This happens when your entire screen just decides to just you buy a laptop expecting it to be good. You know, but it sucks. It really does suck. And then my Apple book is messing up. My MacBook. And so, you know, that's how do you choose where the X starts? Okay. I'll explain that too. All right. Night school. I work during the day. Work. Yeah. And plus there's more pips. There's more pips to be caught in the night. You know, bats only come at night. Yep. All these patterns only come at night at the beach where crabs are. You don't see them in the daytime running around with civilians. No, they come at night. See, that is exactly why everything's nature related. All right. So let's look at it. Where the X is. Now this might get a little tricky because where the X is depending on all right. Share my screen. So what you're asking is where the X is really important because the X determines whether you're in the buy, whether you're in the sell. All right. So it's not wise to put the X, you know, see, that doesn't even look right. Do you see what I'm saying? Where I put the X at, it just doesn't line up as a pattern, you know, and it just takes practice, really. And also where the X was, I didn't put it at any support or resistance. That's what you have to look at. Do you kind of get me right there? Let me know if I need to explain even further. That person get off. Does anybody need any further? I wonder if I can find the chat. I'm good. Okay. All right. So can you back? We're just going to stick to the back. We ain't talking about is the X at the. Give me a second. So can you explain how you determine what point X, A, B, C is placed on? So X, A, B, C, D is placed on the pattern. So that's pretty much already done for you. I can explain it, and I'll get to you, Tasha, in a minute about your question. All right. So A, B, C, D. Because you're just flowing with the chart. You know, it is very expensive to go without, you know, to be in an uptrend and then you're still selling. You know, very expensive to tell the market what to do. So that's why you draw up these patterns in order to, you know, take that opportunity to get when that retracement zone. All right, so let's talk about point A, B, C, D. All right. Let's get rid of this. Okay. So when you're looking at, I don't have my PowerPoint up, but you will go over here and really you just choose, I just choose XABCD pattern, all right? And it pretty much draws it up for you. But X will probably be at your, you know, I'll say right here, this is a resistance area. If I were to put a resistance line above X, and then A, because you want to create that, and it doesn't have to be perfect. You know, I could have put B right here, C right here. Still looks like, you know, an overall, you know, going into the trend down, you know, downtrend. So you draw it as close to where the market is. Yes, yes. Or you just draw it at the either support or resistance. Wherever the X is at, the X needs to be at either a support or resistance. You know, just don't draw up an X right here. That makes no sense at all. You're destined to fail. So yes, draw it up as close as the market as you can at the, you know, the most support and resistance, and you'll be just fine. You know, I could have put, you know, the B could have been here, but it wants to be something like this, you know, where you see that triangle right here in the middle. Let me know if y'all can see that triangle in the middle. That's where you kind of want it to be. The market didn't quite do its triangle thing. Not quite, but it came close to it. It came very close to it. Yep, so you guys close. Yep, yep. All right. So your NZD, if y'all are in your NZD or want to get in your NZD, I am going to be in a sale as soon as the market opens up, and I expect it to shoot down. But let's talk about where the market is going to go before it actually makes that move. Not always does it go into your favor. Sometimes it retraces back to that resistance right here. It resists right here. Sometimes it resists that line, and sometimes it can go over it, make a support, and then it can bounce back up. But with this trend right here, it looks pretty solid. That looks like, you know, a pretty perfect crab. So I expect this to go down. All right. So y'all need any more questions about, like, any question about, you know, the Ichimoku or pattern based, or do you need just anything? Like any question. There is no wrong question. Maybe, but you know, I'm up for questions for anything. Just let me know. Where are the settings? What are the settings for the cloud? So I do numerous settings. It all depends on you. Now, the original settings for the cloud, the man who made it all, 9, 26, and 52. Dr. K's strategy, 6, 13, and 26. That's usually what I use. But sometimes I like to change up the numbers to see how it's forming, if they all kind of come together. But most of the time I use 6, 13, and 26. How can you easily determine if it is a bullish or a bearish? Yes, interest points. Yes, interest points. So I need you to go a little bit further into, talking about how, well, give me a second. All right. To enter, do you have to wait for a specific counter to form? No, you actually don't. But it is nice if you do wait for candles like these right here, or if you wait for, most of the time I like to look at candles with long wicks. That's pretty much a long wick it made. This made a pretty long wick. And then if I go all the way over here, I drew another one. This one didn't quite make a long wick, but it did make a wick. So I do look at the wicks, all right? I do look at the wicks. All right, let me answer more questions. Give me that. All right, now who is drawing on my screen? Unless you want to teach. No, I'm kidding. 1 hour chart. Oh, no. 4 hour chart is actually my favorite, really. Really, 4 hour chart is my favorite most of the time. So how can you easily determine if it is a bullish or a bearish? So you can determine that by looking at the, just by looking at the market. So let's go on the higher time frame. Let's go by the 4 hour. Imagine this right here. Right? This right here, you hardly ever catch these. But I'm talking about some good profit. Look at that. And then what the market typically does. I'm going to answer your question. I'm getting a little excited over these right here. And then it does this. And, it continues down. Like I said, all you see is M's and W's. All right? Trying not to make it too complicated. Let me get these out for y'all. But yeah, to answer your question, you just look at the overall trend. You just look at the overall trend. Whether that's on a 4 hour. For me, what I like to see is you have to know what's going on all time frames. You understand? You have to know, because you just can't go in a 15-minute and then something calls for a buy, or whoever strategy calls for a buy, and then on the 30-minute it looks like a sell, and then the hour it looks like a buy, but the overall is a sell. What do you want to get in? It depends on your account. If you have a smaller account, you want to scalp it, scalp it. But if you have a pretty hefty account, then I wouldn't get in for that sale. And if it looks like an overall buy, I would continue to buy into a buy, and I would just ride profit. How can you easily determine if it's a bullish or bearish? Then again, it just takes practice. It just takes time. Lord, it takes time. Because the markets will make you angry. The market is like, how can I relate this? What is the market like? You know how you all right, let me tell y'all. So you know how, I don't know how old y'all are, but when you get a whooping, and my parents always got the belt, and I never liked the belt. Lord, I hated the belt. But the belt can give you two things. All right? The belt can make you cry, and then after that crying, for hours at a time, because you getting deep, you getting whooped with the belt, you get the best sleep. Am I right? Am I right? So that's like the market. It will tear you up. It will tear you up. But then again, it's molding you, it's building you, and it's giving you good sleep. Unless you're laying at the desk, like, oh my God, the trade is going negative. Oh my God, I've been there. I
have a question. Can you pull the pattern back up? I want to ask you something about it.
I've been there. So any more questions?
Can you hear me?
Got about 10 minutes.
Can you
You
hear
can
me?
ask almost any question.
Can you hear
As
me?
long as it's with the market or anything pretty much. All right. Yep, that's what I like to use. I do love. Can you hear me?
Can you
Who
hear
has
me?
who has a
Can you hear
question?
me?
All right, ask your question. I didn't.
Can you hear me now?
So
Can you hear me?
maybe. Okay, I'm going to unmute you then. Okay, and then you
Okay.
can answer your question. Okay.
Now.
You are unmuted. All right, go ahead. Answer your question.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I don't think he could hear you. Or matter of fact, I'm just going to unmute everybody, and then everybody can, talk at not up, at the same time, but Okay, unmute all. Everybody's unmuted. I hope nobody's been cut out. Go ahead. Anybody ask a question? I got everything unmuted now.
I have a question. Can you hear me?
My music.
I'm trying to offer solutions. So that's it. So she ain't gonna make me come out and ask. And she was like, basically, I told Wayne what she said about Sydney. She said, she basically said that she was on her own when it came to the bill because the hospital wanted Sydney income. Then they didn't want to get an income.
Can you hear me now?
Well, if Miriam has a question, just type a question in your chat. You know what? Do telepathy. Read what he's thinking, and then somebody else tell me then. And John, or I don't like.
Well, anytime he talking about the landscaping business doing good, and and then he talking about buying a truck and stuff, and still here.
Okay, thank you. I'll say,
money saving.
I'll say the question, and maybe somebody else can relate.
You don't want to go on no damn vacation. Struggling with bills.
Because I was having trouble trying to follow the direction. Like if we start at the X, we go to the A, it pulls back up to the B, and then the C, and the D. I want to know if you have to go all the way back up to the D and then go into a cell.
And then I know seeing her, her body naked in the mirror.
Okay, because I don't know who was talking on the phone. They just having them a good conversation. But this is not the time. All right, this is not the time. All right. So you wanted. So if I explained it right, or if you explained it right and I heard it right.
Can you hear me
yes,
now?
I can hear you now.
Thank
Yes.
you, thank
okay.
you.
Can you do your question over again?
Yes, sir. Can you bring back the chart with just like one of the patterns? I just had a quick question about something, the direction.
Okay, give me 1 second. Let me pull up the hour. That's where I drew up on. All right, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that one I can't really see. Okay, that's better. Okay. So say we start there at the X. Okay. We start there, the X. Okay, it's going to go down to the A. It's going to go up to the B. The market's going to come down to the C. And then we're going to wait until the market comes up to the D. And then that's when we sell?
Yes. So with that, that's kind of like a tricky part. I'm glad you did say that, because sometimes it can go beyond the D. But because, the market does retrace, a little bit. And it goes to a sell. Yes. Because when I draw up these, the market has already formed. You don't catch it going, you don't catch it all of this. You just, okay, it has already did this. It already has done X, A, B, C, and then D. It pretty much has already done that. You're just waiting for that confirmation.
Okay, so it's already done A, B, C, and D.
Yes. Now I drew that up, but the pattern itself, if I delete it, give me a second. So if I deleted this, so all this has already been done. The market has done its own thing. But notice, but that was a pattern. And then it got to the point right here where most of this right here, if you can see it, was kind of like a resistance. Not so much resistance, but just a little bit right here. I will draw it up for you.
Okay, so that I can understand that pattern. That pattern was in the future, and we're seeing into the future when we're looking at the pattern, but we're focused on the past to see where to get in. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, pretty much. So when I drew up the pattern, now D is the future. All right. So let's see if I can pull that back up again. All right. So when it drops down, that's what you want to see. That's the future. But then you will look back to the past, like A and C, to see that it has already had hit that support right there, and it hit it once, and we're waiting for it to hit it again and possibly go beyond it. So X, A, B, and C, and D at the top is the past, and we're looking for it to drop for the future. Yeah.
Okay, so everything in purple right there, that or whatever it is, I don't know what it is, that's the future. And we're going to now just look. No. It's not the future.
No, so this is the past, because this is already done. Yeah, see, because I just drew it up on the chart. This is the past. But when D starts, when the market starts to move where D is at, it starts going all the way down. That's the future, because we're expecting it to happen.
Okay, so once we retrace all the way back up to D, we can look to get into a sell.
Yes, because you can see it's going all the way down. Not all the way down yet, but when you do see it moving, because when I told you, when D is at the top, you sell, and when D is at the bottom, you buy. So you will see it in the so we want it to go down in the future on the 1 hour. So if we can go straight down, that would be good. Okay. Because everything past D, so if you see the D, and everything past the D was the past. Everything past the D was the past, and then in front of the D is the future, because we're looking into the future.
Okay, that makes sense. Thank you.
No problem. No problem. Let me see if I have anything else. Anybody else has? Yes, those channels have already formed, and that pattern is saying we're expecting a drop. Yeah, that's exactly it. I'm glad. After A, B, C, D, what is the next confirmation you're looking for? The next confirmation I'm looking for is this support right here. Because if you can see it right here, how it made that. Are y'all familiar with flags in the market? Let me know, because I can, pretty much draw one up. All right. And everybody put in the chat if they're familiar with flags, then I will, surely go ahead and do it. Yes, this is a recording. I didn't record it at the beginning, but I will hopefully send it out. Please draw one. Perfect. I will draw one. All right. I love flags. I'm gonna let you know that right now, but I don't do them as often. All right. This sort of created a flag, right? Right up in here. And what I mean by that is, I draw it out better right here for y'all to show, or I can show y'all. Well, more like a triangle, pretty much. And then all right. Let me get rid of that. I did walk backwards, forgive me. But if you were, do y'all kind of get what I'm talking about though? How often do you do these trainings? I do them every Saturday. Okay, now. Page your thoughts on this training. Thank you. Yes, if you learned something today, shout me out. You know what? I get on these every Saturday. You know, I try my best. All right. So this is a flag. So if you would look at this, you would kind of flip it. But this right here was forming a flag, and then it came up. All right. And that's where I look at my extra confirmation. Because it can do is it could possibly come right here where that flag was at, how I drew it up, and then it can further retrace. But I don't want it to retrace. It can further do this. Bounce off that support, making that a support and bouncing off. But then again, it can continue to do its thing. Get down on it. And, it can continue to do that once it hits that support. And then it breaks that support, and then hopefully it doesn't go back up as a resistance, and then it just shoots back down. So we're looking for this right here, that flag right there as a support. All right. Did that answer your questions on extra confirmation?
I'm confused. Why would the flag be a support if we want the market to drop? If at the tops we want to sell, right?
Yeah. So I did that just to show y'all where the flag was at that support. That's all I did was just explain that support, because that flag was making that support. And what I was explaining that it could possibly go back down to that support right here, and then possibly go back up, or possibly it could not. Possibly it could break that support and go back down.
Ultimately, that's what we want, right? We wanted to break it and go down.
Yeah, we wanted to break it, and we wanted to break it. We wanted to shoot straight through it. Yeah, most definitely.
Okay, gotcha.
Yep. Based on past hour, it still looks like it's set up for a sell with some retracement. Yeah, based on you're absolutely right. Based on the hour, it exactly. But then again, it's still retracing a little bit. It possibly could go right here, but I can see that it's going to drop sooner or later. That's what I can see. So, any more questions? I got until 8:15. All right, 8:15. That is the plan to get out. So, but if there is no more questions, I really do appreciate everyone for hopping on this training. I do these every Saturday, unless I'm in the field, doing some, Army stuff. But if you have any questions, just message me on Telegram or find me on Facebook. This may help me to day trade. Yes, you can do it even you can pull this chart on the 4-hour. Same link.
Yes. What's your name in Telegram?
Let me see. I don't even. Willie White. So it'll be just Willie and then space White.
Are you gonna put this on Telegram?
Let me see. Give me 1 second. I should be able to put it on Telegram.
I got a positive response to the package. All that tells us.
It'll probably be posted in on Facebook, the Forex Live channel. Usually, Dr. K is probably Forex channel. So, if it's not in Telegram, then it'll be probably on Facebook. So, but I do this. I'm in Fort Bliss, El Paso. So it's hot out there. Jesus, and I don't like the heat. So
can you put a link to your Telegram in the chat? I can't
find it. Yeah, I can. Give me a second. Give me 1 second. So if you add Willie White 21, I will show up. That is it. So add Willie White 21.
Oh, at 21.
Yeah, at 21. So I hope that y'all have a great evening. I hope that your accounts are doubled, tripled, 5,000-fold, however you see fit in trading or however. So I hope y'all have a blessed night, and I will see y'all probably not this Saturday, but next Saturday. If not, then I'll do an early training or, yeah, awesome training. Well, I try. So I'm glad that y'all were able to get on. Thank y'all.